We examine disparities on this show: healthcare, income, investment, and education. And now with back-to-back hurricanes, we need to look at disaster relief. I was in Central Florida covering Hurricane Milton as it hit this week. I saw some of the damage firsthand. And while natural disasters do not discriminate, aid apparently does. Research shows that in counties that suffer hazard damage, the same amount, black survivors lose wealth, white survivors gain it. And President Biden has signed orders to advance racial equity in the federal government, and FEMA has made changes. FEMA officials say it's already spent $9 billion, almost half of their recent $20 billion infusion from Congress in less than a week. They'll need to ask Congress for more money. But history shows that money probably will not be distributed equitably among those who need it. With me now is Chauncia Willis. She's the co-founder and CEO for the Institute for Diversity and Inclusion in Emergency Management. Good to have you with me.
Thank you for having me.
So listen, there's this study from 2018 that is just stunning. It's from Rice University, University of Pittsburgh. It looked at two counties, black counties with let me just say, suffered $10 billion in hazard damage, right? Same amount. Black survivors' wealth decreased by an average of $27,000. White survivors' average wealth increased by $126,000. And sometimes, we conflate how and why. Like, how did you fall? I tripped over the curb. Why did you fall? Because I wasn't paying attention. They're distinct questions and answers. So let's start with the how. How is this happening that we're seeing this disparity?
That's a great question. And the disparity is astonishing, right? What's happening is that our disaster management system actually mirrors our societal systems, where there is discrimination and bias built into systems. So we think about redlining. We think about the lack of insurance in underserved communities. Those things are not going to really facilitate a smooth recovery and a full recovery for everyone. Recovery for everyone is a myth. It's not true. Some people will have generational impacts from a disaster, and back-to-back disasters are starting to occur. They're not happening in a singular fashion. They're compounding, and it's absolutely traumatic, and it's horrible for people who want to recover and want to have full lives. Everyone won't recover, and we have to be honest about that, and the reason is because of inequity.
Now, you're just coming in from Tampa after Hurricane Milton. Why is it continuing? Because this is an administration that at the very beginning said that it was invested in equity and a DEI approach to this and other elements of the federal government. Why is this still going on?
Well, people bring their bias to the table. When disaster responders are coming in to assist, they're people first. When planners are planning for disasters, they're people. So people have inherent bias. I think Harvard University actually identified over 155 different biases. So someone who's coming to help is going to have a bias. I can remember sitting in an operations center after Hurricane Katrina and actually hearing someone say, I don't think we should give those people another dime. They're just going to buy another 40 ounce with it. So people are bringing their bias, and so our organization is really seeking to combat that bias by sending out equity response teams to support the operation. FEMA is already overwhelmed. They're doing quite a lot. They're doing the best they can, I believe. However, every community needs that additional support. And our teams go out and we are looking for those inequity markers. One community receiving support, one community not. That's what we're looking for.
The former president has made this point of criticizing President Biden's administration and FEMA's response to natural disasters. Is this disparity respective of political party, or does it go from administration to administration regardless of party?
Unfortunately, it goes from administration to administration. Now, I will say that the former president is most probably targeting misinformation to underserved populations. I've even heard people say that they are playing in our face. Charlemagne the God just had an interview where a person from Tampa called in and said, hey, they're playing in our face. They're giving all this money to immigrants and towards the border and all of these things when we need help, we need support. Well, the truth is that those are separate pots of money. That's misinformation. And whether or not it's this current administration or the next administration, the same people will need help. It's about humanity. It's about equity. It's about meeting people where they are and being intentional to provide that level of service to everyone.
Chauncia, Willis, thank you for helping us understand this. It's something we all need to pay attention to.
Thank you for having me.
Certainly.